What is going on, you guys? What a jam-packed day has been with updates non-stop. We do have official confirmation now that the X-Men rework is actually coming as soon as this week. So in today's video, we're going to be going through quickly what has changed overall to the kits. That's been confirmed, and information that's already publicly available, but as well, kind of how their kit is going to look in terms of their stat reworks as well. We don't know if this is going to be fully loaded into the game just yet, but we know it's coming very, very soon. And again, mentioned as soon as this week. So definitely exciting times to start kind of theory crafting the different synergies, especially given how much love the X-Men characters have had in the game. So in case you guys aren't aware, the 5 rework characters are being revised are X-23, we got Jubilee, Colossus and Phoenix on screen, and then finally we do have Kitty Pryde. So what I really do like about this mixture is that they're all part of different teams essentially, and just having that value. And if you already invested in them previously before, this is going to be an awesome opportunity to get some much needed meta value. Hopefully they're going to get slotted in potentially in war, and we can utilize them in different situations in the game as well. So first and foremost, guys, this is basically a snapshot of their kits and what significantly has changed. But what I really like overall is that there's going to be a broader X-Men value, right? Think back to the Sinister Six, Superior Six kind of change. Well, we're going to get a lot more versatility in what's going on now. So let me go top down in terms of what overall change has happened to the character, and then we also have how their stats are going to get previewed here before they go live, and how they're going to be stacking up, I guess, with the other characters in the game. So you can see here with Jubilee specifically, now her offense up, and she does actually provide an HP boost to other X-Men traded characters in the game. It was specifically mentioned though that the speed manipulation that we do see with the Astonishing X-Men team was not something that they applied on a broader scale. So it remains to be seen if this is going to get updated, but either way, she's going to be a very powerful legendary character once again because of that versatility with offense up and giving that HP boost to other X-Men traded characters. Anytime you have that versatility, it's going to be able to create a meta relevant team again, especially making them more powerful and stronger. We have Phoenix, big HP and damage boost to X-Men now, so she can get slotted into almost any X-Men team. She's also giving additional bonus though to Uncanny X-Men. So any Uncanny historical characters that have been with that team, they're going to get an extra bonus in the HP and damage. Dark Phoenix boosted even higher. Her kit is much changed, but overall there's essentially added buffs in terms of regen, speed, and stealth getting applied across the board to all the different allies. So really nice to see that kind of broader scale X-Men advantage there. And again, with her being an Omega mutant, it's awesome to see that value once again. Part of these teams and a big pivotal part on the defense is going to be Colossus, right? He was one of the tankiest characters in the game, and this is going to make him relevant once again. He's going to be adding a boatload of deflex defense up to the team, especially on that broader X-Men scale, but as well having more of that kind of two-man dynamic with Kitty Pryde, some synergy there. And if you recall with Kitty Pryde, she actually does provide a lot of speed up and evasion. So Colossus is going to be tanking and soaking up damage. Kitty Pryde's going to be keeping the team alive. So this is looking like a very powerful team in terms of defense and offensive potential. Speaking of Kitty Pryde, we do have her next up here, and like I said earlier, speed up, the healing, the evasion. We expect her to be really that key kind of supporting cast character, but obviously getting protected because she has natural evasions, and I do believe that she does have a stealth mechanic too. So it's just nice to kind of have those components built into the kit, and then obviously provide that support from the back end. But what is also more important is her kit now is more applicable across the different teams on a non kind of raid setting. So this team is going to have that versatility across different game modes, where previously Kitty Pryde was slotted in with Astonishing X-Men. They're part of the go-to raid meta, but now this is shaking things up where they can be a relevant team outside of that game mode. So I really like how they expanded that broader kind of advantage. And then lastly, the one that kind of did slot a little differently from these characters was X-23, because she is classified as that X-Force, and I don't believe she ever actually had the X-Men tag. So now I believe ultimately she's going to be getting that with this team edition. There's additional debuffs getting added to her kit. She was already a very good character overall, just stat crept in the sense that obviously being a couple years old, they're not going to be as relevant, but much versatility added to her kit. She's getting additional focus and survivability with her evasions. She was always a really good character, and now her kit has been streamlined and having these additional traits being added to the X-Men. So very, very happy with how these changes changes are, because it makes each and every one of these characters more versatile. I'm not sure if they're going to get slotted in as their own team, but this now does create the opportunity for a lot more theory crafting, especially with these fellow X-Men characters. And given how many X-Men characters we have, especially recently with Extreme, it's going to be very fun to kind of theory craft and see how they're going to be getting slotted in. And Unlimited X-Men and Extreme X-Men are two newer-ish X-Men teams, so they're definitely going to have a lot of opportunities to see which dynamics work well on offense versus defense. So guys, we have the preemptive numbers here in the stats, and this is kind of how it's looking right now when we take a look at the legend, right? Now, if you recall, S rank is for characters in the top 25 ranking, A rank is top 50, B is top 100, and C is top 200. So definitely some really strong notable changes here, as you can see. So we'll go again top down. Phoenix obviously does thrive very well in HP. Her damage is you know, some of the best in the game. However, her armor is quite low, and then her speed at 118, it's moderate. It's not slow, but it's also not fast. So we're in that position where, you know, at least she's gonna be getting a turn and stuff. But if it's a speed game, that's definitely something we need to be mindful of. Jubilee's damage has always been, Jubilee's damage and HP has always been pretty above average. So seeing these reworks, she's going to be once again in that kind of discussion. Her armor, similar to Phoenix, is very low, and she's a very sluggish kind of character. Hence why her speed, mechanic, and manipulation was very useful for a kit. So I don't know how that's going to get applied across the board yet, because maybe we're just seeing the preview here of some final changes that they're working around. Either way, she's going to get some good protection from Kitty Pryde and Colossus if they are going to be slotted in as a one team for these 5 rework characters. Kitty Pryde's AP has never been impressive, so that's not surprising there, but her damage has always been up there. And as well, again, similar to Jubilee and Phoenix, these X-Men characters aren't really built in terms of armor, so I didn't expect that to be high, but she's also a very sluggish character like Jubilee as well. Like, you know, 105, that's pretty molasses, so we're definitely going to be seeing a slower X-Men team. May have to need some different plug-and-play characters like Gambit and Nightcrawler to add that additional HP boost and damage to make them more survivable, but that remains to be seen. Colossus's damage has always been actually pretty surprisingly impressive. Like, he's actually an A rank, and then his HP and armor has always been good. So he's going to be the well-rounded character that's soaking up a lot of the damage and soaking it up for the team, but his speed is definitely the worst as well. So you know, he's going to obviously be protecting the team, but will he get a turn? You know, that's definitely going to be the interesting part of the battle. And then lastly, X-23 is, in my honest opinion, one of the most balanced characters out of the reworks here, because she's really good in terms of both HP and damage, survivability. She's got those evasions. It doesn't really matter how the armor stats apply for her, because she has great sustain on herself, right? So, and that just adds to the reworks and what we've seen with the changes here. So overall, guys, in summary, these X-Men characters' HP are all solid. Damage is actually good. Armor is not great, but we've never seen really great armor characters for the X-Men characters anyways, and they're all pretty slow. So it's going to be interesting to see the different dynamics involved here to bump up their speed. And maybe these numbers aren't yet finalized. We'll see, obviously, once they're in game to confirm this information on Marvel Strike Force's stats tables and going through that. So there you guys have it. Snapshot of the character stats as well as the kit previews. Lastly, guys, just some quick pointers. I always like to add this in my videos because this allows us to kind of, you know, take a step back and remember the big picture. Remember that Pandapool and his respective team are coming into the game. We have Deadpool also getting reworked, so obviously Mutant gear is going to be very, very important. Is this it? Is there going to be more X-Men reworks coming? We've got multiple teasers back and forth, especially with the splash art, that this may not be the end, so definitely hold that thought. But we know that Mutant gear is going to be very, very important for 2024, especially with Dark Dimension 7 right around the corner and Gear Tier 19. So don't forget, guys, key characters like Gambit and Nightcrawler are amazing plug and play, especially their value in Extreme X-Men. So they should definitely be in this discussion of how we want to synergize these new reworks and characters into the X-Men meta that we're seeing right now. Hope this video helps you guys. You know, do appreciate you guys dropping the comments, letting me know what you think. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.